Today I want to show you 3 science-backed reasons of why piano after 35 could be one of the best decisions that you can do for your brain and for your body. And for those of you who can already play piano, but freeze the moment there is no score in front of you, all those guys forget what's going on, why adding piano improvisation right now could be one of the best decisions that you could do, not just for your brain, but also for your energy and your playing for that matter. Now, if you do belong to that second group of people who can say, I play but I don't feel free, a lot of us grew up with traditional lessons. We learned pieces, we did exams, we drilled scales for goodness sake. We've got so good at reproducing music, but not at creating it, because let's just face it, we've never been taught how to. And if you're coming back to the piano, or you're thinking of starting properly for the first time, you might be worried about your adult brain somehow missing a chance. At the same time, you still have goosebumps just hearing that piano music that you love, and you still dream of just coming back from work, sitting down at the piano and improvising, playing what feels like you at that particular moment on your own terms. So let's talk about why piano after 35, especially with improvisations, might be one of the smartest things that you could do for yourself, for your stress, and for your future self for that matter. Reason number 1, piano is a serious brain workout. And I don't even mean the reading part, let's just forget about reading that sheet music for a while. Let's look at what's actually happening once you are sitting down at the piano and actually playing. You control 2 hands, doing very often completely different things, and often in different rhythms. Yeah, after grade 1 we actually do different rhythms. You're deciding which fingers to use, how loud or soft each note should be. You were deciding like how to shape that certain phrase that you're playing, and you're predicting what comes next, correcting any mistakes on the fly, and constantly adjusting to what you're hearing. A little bit lighter here, a little bit louder there, a little bit maybe stronger there. And it's that minute control over 10 fingers that makes piano practice so unique and makes playing piano so unique. It's multitasking in a really good way, isn't it? So when you add improvisations on top of that, it goes even further, because now your brain is not only controlling your fingers, but it is inventing music in real time. There are actually brain scan studies there where they put pianists into fMRI machines and they ask them to remember like what does it feel like to improvise. And when they improvise, huge areas of brain just light up at once. Because let's just face it, it's all about movement, hearing, emotion, planning. It's like fireworks that goes into your brain, instead of just one tiny dot doing all the work for a single task. We are multitasking. So if you're over 35, that's brilliant, wonderful news, isn't it? Your brain is just absolutely capable of changing of that agility. Trust me. I mean, I compete with my 19-year-old son on math problems, and I hold my own. So, for context, he's at the uni doing chemical engineering. So piano with improvisation gives your brain that rich, complex workout that helps it stay sharp. Great, isn't it? Reason number 2. Piano is one of those habits that can help your brain stay younger for longer. We now have big studies showing that people who regularly engage with music, listening and playing tend to have better brain health as they age. Some researchers and older adults found that those who often listened to or played music had noticeably lower risk of developing dementia than those who rarely did. And it's great, isn't it? Now, I'm not saying the piano is a magic show. I mean, we can't promise anything specific. But what music seems to do is build what scientists called cognitive reserve, extra connections and flexibility in the brain that help you cope better with aging. And again, this is great news, isn't it? So when you just sit down and practice, you're not just learning a certain piece, you're not just learning something new, you're giving your future 70, 80, 90-year-old self a stronger, more resilient brain. Again, if you pass those 3 decades of living, and for goodness sake, that's a good achievement already, that is exactly the time to start building on that reserve on purpose. And improvisation is a beautiful way to add to it and to do it actually, because it constantly asks your brain to make fresh decisions instead of repeating the same old pattern on autopilot, isn't it? Reason number 3, a surprising one, at least it did surprise me, is that piano burns a lot of energy. Take me for example. Can you actually guess my age? So I did mention my 19-year-old son, didn't I? And okay, let's just say I'm over 40 and I absolutely love to eat. And yet everyone who knows me will vouch and will tell you that I'm not a sporty person at all for that matter. The only thing that I do is just sometimes I do go for walks and that's about it. And yet I've stayed approximately the same shape all these years. And one of the big reasons is I play piano, I improvise, I analyze music a lot. So when I sit down and play piano for 10 minutes or an hour, it doesn't really matter. My whole system is busy, physically, mentally, and obviously emotionally as well. I had a student once. We had lessons on Saturdays and he was very serious about the gym as well. So in the morning he'd do 1.5 hours of gym workout, and in the afternoon we had our usual 30-minute lesson, half an hour lesson, and he'd come to that lesson and he would almost always say, and this is exactly his words, I feel just as switched on, just as tired and sweaty, for goodness sake, after piano as after the gym. And here is why it actually makes sense, though it didn't strike me before. Now, we all read or heard at least about that our brain is about like 2% of our body weight, but it uses about 20% of our energy when we're basically doing nothing. So add now piano and piano improvisation to that. When you play, especially when you improvise, let's just count like how many things your brain is actually coordinating. Ears, definitely. Eyes, because you're watching over your both hands, so both hands is there. Fine motor control, because we have to be precise about what our fingers are doing. Memory, because you're analyzing everything. Pattern recognition, for that matter, so and with the creativity and emotion, because we can't play without emotion, let's just face it. And it all happens at once. Isn't it amazing? It's like giving your brain a very intense, beautiful workout. You come away pleasantly tired, not wide from scrolling down your phone of that media feed, not anxious about from overwhelming news, and let's just face it, there are a lot of things going on at the moment. So just in a way use that, but in a good way. So if you're no longer that young fella that you used to be, and you just and you come one day after work, for example, and you feel too tired for a gym, but too wired to sleep yet, piano could be a wonderful, amazing energy sink in a way. You pour all of that extra mental fuel that you built up during the day, didn't you, into the sound, and finish well calmer, clearer, and let's just face it and be honest, looking and feeling happier and younger. Especially in comparison to that hour that you would have spent on the couch, yeah? And actually, if you're thinking about a pianist, what kind of image comes to you? For example, I've never ever met a fat pianist. So they all look surprisingly energized and alive, don't they? Don't we all? Yeah. Bodies obviously come in different shapes and sizes, of course they do, but there is something special about this kind of deep whole brain activity that shows up in your posture. It does, doesn't it? In your eyes, and obviously your mood and energy as well. So that's kind of fitness that piano can give you. So those are 3 science-backed reasons to play or keep playing piano after 35, and to bring improvisations into the center of it. So first of all, it's a powerful brain workout. Staying younger for longer, don't we all want it? Yeah, and surprising whole brain energy burn. Yeah. Tell me in the comments, by the way, what is your main reasons for wanting to play piano right now? Is it your brain? Is it your energy? Is it your stress? Or is it a quiet little dream that you've had for years, maybe? Who knows? Or is it something else? And if you belong to that second category that I've been talking about, if you can already play, but if you're chained to that sheet music and you want freedom at the piano, you want to create, I'll leave a link in the description. That's where I help adults, especially over 30, use analysis, simple improvisation steps to finally make music, not just recite it. And not just memorizing it. So if this gave you a little push, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's keep that brain of yours and that heart of yours playing the music, yeah. And just for your information, all of those studies that I've been talking about here, there are links in the description, so check it out. You've got more than enough studies to back it up. And what you're hearing on the background is my own improvisation. Again, it was just me, just having fun, just letting all out whatever I was feeling at that particular moment, which is a very, 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 very enjoyable thing to do.